don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, hello, I'm here, I'm back. I don't know why, like, I'm not sick, but I've just been having, like, random, just, like, mucus stuck in my throat. But everyone around me has been getting sick, so I hope it doesn't affect me. Kind of cool how I'm, like, talking over the sink. And I just got a message. I'm talking over the sink, and I just, like, hear my echo. It's kind of nice. But, yeah. So, I'm going to start by washing this bottle of wine. My cousin got it, like, weeks ago, and I just kept it because I really, really like the artwork on this bottle. It's so cute. Like, it's so freaking cool. I don't know where he got it from, but it's like sweet red wine. That's the only red wine that I can drink and actually tolerate and like. It's pretty good. But I'm gonna wash this. I'm gonna wash this. And as I'm washing this, or as I'm doing things, I'm just gonna talk. I have some things on my mind that I want to talk about. I really don't like this yellow lighting, but we'll we live. Yeah. It's clean. Yeah, it's clean for the most part. But yeah. I guess I want to talk about, like, I had like a revelation yesterday with my best friend. We just always have a lot of revelations, like really great conversations, and in those conversations I always like to take some things. I keep getting distracted, I'm sorry. But yeah, we just had a really great conversation, and I was like, wait, I can just talk about that today. That could be a topic for this video. I'm going to make tea, and as I'm making tea, we're just going to talk about the conversation I had yesterday. And one of the things that I want to talk about is that I feel like in this world there are two types of people. Well, in a general sense, it's not like as literal as and as black and white as that, but I feel like there's people that have a growth mindset and then there's people that have a fixed mindset. And I noticed that reflects a lot in our lives, you know, and in our decisions and stuff. Because we were talking about how, let's say, in life, when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to like getting opportunities, right? One of the main ways of getting opportunities is networking. That's like so important, right? That's practically like more than 70, 80. It's a high percentage of that when it comes to like in life in general. Like it's a high percentage of that like that is what kind of gets you to point A to B a lot quicker and gets you in the rooms, or you know, gets you opportunities that you know, in the spaces that you want to be in. And your mindset affects that a lot. Like it actually affects that, because like let's say you could have a fixed mindset. So I guess I can just describe what fixed and growth is like. So anyone with like a fixed mindset, I would say, takes things at face value. They kind of just don't, they see a path, like a very limited path, like one way, and of course like whatever way that works for them. And like I guess the pro to that is that they tend to stick with a decision easily. Like they'll stick to something. If they decide one thing, they'll stick with that and they'll go with it, which is a pro. And the con with that is that like that is a very limiting way of going about things, because they have a hard time looking at the path, the other path that's next to them, or the path that's behind them, or you know what I mean? And it takes them a while to get to see the other paths, the other options. And someone with a growth mindset is able to see more than one path, because they don't take things at face value and they see more than what's handed to them. However, the con would be that they have a hard time making a decision, in a sense, because it's like they are overwhelmed by so many options. But the pro is that, oh, you're not limited to just one option. So that's what a fixed and growth mindset is in my definition. But we can talk more about it. I'm making tea with shitty lighting, but so that's the gist of what a fixed and like growth mindset is. But anyways, like I guess what I'm trying to say is I just have a hard time getting to the point a lot of the times. I talk too damn much. That's why I'm making these videos, because it's kind of just letting out everything I talk about, but like it's my feet. But yeah, so whatever mindset that you have, like some people are one extreme and then the next, and some people are like somewhere in the middle. I would say I'm like leaning more towards the growth, and how your mindset, like whether you have the growth or fixed, impacts the way that you interact with other people, or the way that you are able to like get opportunities in a sense. And I feel like when you have too much of a fixed mindset, when you, let's say, get into those rooms in a networking, like by in those rooms I mean like whatever rooms you want to be in that you feel as though is going to get you to where you want to be, that's going to get you a lot of opportunities, meet so many cool people, you know, so whatever rooms that may be. And whenever you get in those rooms with a very fixed mindset, with a very limiting mindset, a lot of the times like you won't really multiply the connections that you make. Like you'll just make the connections, which is not that hard to do, but it won't go any further. And that's why it's very important to implement a growth mindset. So when you are in those rooms and when you are put in those spaces, you're able to come out with more than just a connection, if that makes sense. Like you come out with way more opportunities than you anticipated you would get. So it's like you talk to one person, talk to the next, and the next, and of course you're gonna make connections, but it's like it's more than just making connections. It's kind of just like, where are those connections leading you to? And even if you're faced with rejection, if you have a growth mindset, you know that you can go past that. You will still keep going. You won't kind of like let that limit you to just stop. You won't just take it at face value. Like you'll just keep going, you know? When you're put in those spaces, it is more important to be yourself than to try to fit in or to try to adapt to the room, if that makes sense. Like to try to be a chameleon. Because when you're staying true to yourself, as corny as that sounds, people will gravitate towards you. Because people can smell a kiss ass. Anyone can smell a kiss ass. But someone that's not, and that's staying true to themselves, they tend to people tend to gravitate to that more. And you don't really have to think to do that. You know what I mean? You just have to kind of just naturally let things flow. You don't have to kiss up to people to get what you want. You don't have to because it's so self-sacrificing in a sense when you have to set aside your personality just to please someone, just to get an opportunity. It's kind of just you're just lacking a sense of self-respect for yourself when you do that. And it's so important to put yourself first in those spaces and in those rooms, and know that regardless of what happens, even if someone rejects you or someone doesn't end up liking you because you're not kissing up, that is playing in your favor more than you think, because you're just dodging a bullet. And it's so important to do that, because it's you're not missing out on much, you know? It just feels better to go about opportunities in that way than, you know, like sacrificing who you are in the process. It feels like a little shameful in a way. This is a bit of a bummer. My favorite black tea bag is done. So now I just have hot water that's stained with tea partially from whoever made tea previously. So I'm less excited now. I was literally excited to drink tea. And I don't really drink tea that much, but whenever I do, I get excited for it.